Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Let's Play Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, aka just Yoshi's Island to most people. Most people just refer to the game as Yoshi's Island. This world, obviously it's the last world, it's getting pretty challenging. I'm having, a lot of struggles with it at times. Sometimes not so much, other times a lot. I do think in general, though, my gameplay as a whole has gotten a lot better. So that's, a plus. I don't have to worry about, dying stupid deaths a lot of times anymore. Easily preventable stuff. I still die. Don't get me wrong. I still am not, the greatest player. But, I do find it, the level of difficulty isn't as bad as it has been. Which is always a nice little plus. You can see I'm able to maneuver, but when it does stuff like that, stuff spawning in and whatnot, obviously that's still going to be a pain point. But outside of that, yeah, there's not really a whole lot of times where I'm repetitively dying like I was in the past, which tends to be a little bit annoying. As always, if you hear some additional clicking on my end, it's just because my computer times out, and when I'm running this software, so it shuts down after 15 minutes. I have to figure out how to stop that, but I also kind of don't want to, because sometimes I fall asleep on my couch here watching television, and I prefer it to be off when I'm awake, knowing that I didn't just waste power all night long. But I don't know, maybe I could set it on during this time frame only do that. That's probably possible. I'm just probably not using my noodle to its fullest extent right here, but let's run past that bomb. Those bombs are gonna be a headache here in the future. And these guys, I hate these guys, but this guy luckily just walks right off, and this other guy, by the time he spawns, we could just jump right over him. Oh, he's gonna do one of those. I don't even know what I would call that, but... And this one here, there's the opportunity to get a bunch of stuff. You can see I try to go for the farther one first, I think. Oh no, I go for that one. Yeah, because I would have gotten that, but I, as an idiot, don't realize that, and then I miss a whole bunch of times with these, so that always makes it a boatload of fun when we miss out on a world of opportunity there. Let's fill up on our eggs. I'm also drinking a little bit of Powerade here. I'm a little dehydrated. And I have my soda pop, of course. I have my soda pop. But here we go, we get this warning sign, which is a good sign for me that I should probably save the game. Because to be honest, I don't want to be restarting these levels from scratch anymore. We are approaching the end of the game. And on Tuesday and Thursday this week, we will have an all-new Let's Play. That's right, we finished the Pokemon game last week. So we'll be doing Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, which I'm very excited to return to the Kanto region. So excited, in fact, that I already pre-recorded Tuesday and Thursday's episodes in their entirety. So that's always exciting. And if we were here a second earlier, that Chain Chomp would have came down here and opened that flower for us to shoot an egg at it. Kind of disappointed we didn't make the leap of faith, but at the same point in time, we probably wouldn't have landed on that little narrow stretch. I probably would have died. That probably would have been the outcome of that leap of faith. But here we could push this and get the secrets that this unlocks here. So I think otherwise the Chain Chomp would have landed right before that, and we wouldn't have been able to get that box. So sometimes you're better off waiting, sometimes you're better off just going for it. It all depends on the situation. And these are really tight jumps. You'll see here, as this world progresses, some of these jumps here at the end are just oh my god, how do you even expect me to do that? They're just ungodly tight. And I mean, we get through the episode, we make them, but it's just ooh, oh boy. Let's get that. Let's go here. Let's just keep going with it. I lost Baby Mario there for half a second. It's probably the quickest I've ever got him back. Here, let's just jump clean on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Ba-do-do-do. Okay, there we go, we get that. Looks like there's no more Chain Chomps. I'm going to save here just in case if we die, I don't have to deal with the whole Chain Chomp era again, and I think there was a little bit of a cut there, so I likely do die. I think about trying to get that flower, but honestly, with all the bombs being dropped and stuff, it doesn't seem worth it at this point. Let's eat that guy up. Otherwise, he's going to be a headache moving forward, I feel like. Get this. What could it be? It's a key. Okay. So that leads to that door right there. Now, I think we need to knock this down first. Yeah. You'll see why here in a second. I think we have to get this one, which creates a platform that goes all the way across now that we knocked that thing down. Otherwise, it would have stopped there, and then the seed can land on that, so we can actually jump up to that area. So if we did it the other way around, the seed would have dropped into the bottomless pit there, and we would have just not been able to go this way. The bigger element, of course, is we would have been carrying a key to the end of the level that we really didn't want to carry, so that would have been a bummer. And I decided just to go for this one. This one's actually the winning one, so we actually won. So now we can pull up 20 stars whenever we want to, and I think I show what that looks like later in the episode. I've never done that before in this game, but it's actually like really beneficial. But there we go, we just have to claim that. I didn't have to pop all the balloons, which is what I thought I had to do. There's that guy again. Let's get as many eggs as we can while we're here, and the bomb will drop up there. It's fine. And this respawns, so we would have a second chance at this if we wanted to. But let's use our momentum here. Let's jump again. Can we make it clean across? No, we can't. That guy's right there. Oh my god, this is going to be a nightmare. Because he's going to be all the way up there, and I don't have any eggs left now. Yep. So how do I get past this? Because I can't. There's no way I'm going to be able to scale him. There's a little section there, but I think that just leads to like a question mark thingy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so we need to think of a way to do this, and I can't make it from here. He's still there. I have to think of a way to kill him. I'm not good at throwing eggs like in the middle of the air. So my plan here, I want to go back and get as many eggs as I can. Just in case we have to use that method. Oh, and of course that's how that works. That's perfect. But then let's eat this guy and just keep him in our mouth so we could spit him back out. And maybe I could spit him at the piranha plant right before I land on him. That seems like it should be able to work. I just don't know if my platforming abilities are gonna help me or hurt me here. Okay, I got him, but I didn't make the landing. That's okay, because I kind of want to get this secret anyways. It's a 1-up. Very nice. Now let's hope when I jump on this thing again that he doesn't respawn. He didn't. Okay, perfect. That's actually probably the best that could go. Or the best it could go is I continue to use that momentum and jump up and get that flower, but obviously that's out of the equation there. Now I need to... This is going to be a tight jump, but we could do it. And let's duck down. Let's get this guy out of commission. Jump over. Let's jump over these guys. Let's turn around. Let's eat this guy real quick. Otherwise, he's going to cause a ruckus. Okay, piranha plant up there and up there. I'm going to knock these ones out and then save here because that is such a tight landing that I don't think I'll make it on the first attempt. Cough, cough. I definitely don't. This is definitely not the first attempt. I died like 2 or 3 times there. Like I said, like stuff like that, you know, I will blame on me. That's me not being good at the game, but that's just me not being good at the game. Yeah, it's not the game being unfair. It's just the game testing my proficiency in it, being as we're at the end of the game here. Like I said, this is the last world. You know, after this, we'll only have 1 episode left. Our final boss, the final baddie. But there we go. We wrapped up that level, nice and neat. Just at about 10 minutes there. And here we go. Here's the second level coming up here. Let's create a save point here on the map. And I think this one's actually pretty tough if I recall correctly. Yeah, the Cave of the Bandits. This one's annoying. So, like, all these little guys are going to spawn here. And they're all going to run after and try to steal Yoshi. Or try to steal Baby Mario. And it's extremely annoying. Like, even when I land on them, I think you have to land on them 3 times. And then they could just steal Baby Mario and run with them like that. Which could really put me in some terrible situations. But if I butt stomp on them, it not only kills them, but I also get some coins out of it. So that's a good way to, like, I guess just not run into them. Like, just butt stomp them when you see them. Let's get some extra time with Baby Mario there. And if we land in the lava, we definitely do die. So we have to be careful about that. I almost landed in the lava there. That would have been a full restart of the level. It's not like Mario doesn't just slip off your back. You completely lose. Let's move across this very carefully. It's not worth the risk here. Take the level nice and slow, Average Joe. It's okay if the video's a few minutes longer. The fans don't mind. They don't mind at all. I actually don't know, but I'm assuming you guys don't mind. But there we go. We got a flower there. That's pretty good. That'll boost our score a good bit. I know we've been getting some pretty low scores recently just because I'm just trying to survive, not really trying to explore. Just trying to live. And this looks like it's going to be terrible, so I save here. I believe it is going to be terrible. I mean, my platforming skills are garbage. This just looks like... Yeah, this is chaos waiting to ensue. I made it through there, luckily, but... if I did not take my time there, that would have probably been a death. Let's create a save point in case... Yeah, I don't want to have to go through that a second time. Because I feel like I really got lucky there, is what happened. And I cleared his path. Yeah, there we go. Let's get that. And these guys, I don't even know what I would call that. They just shoot star power, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to call it star power, because that's what Baby Mario gets. Let's create a suspend point here for whatever reason. I think I actually did land in the lava here, so I'm kind of thankful that I created that suspend point. Yeah, I do, see? There we go. And I didn't even cut that one out. I wanted to show the error in my way. Just kidding. It was just such a small section in the video that I probably didn't catch it in post-editing. I'll leave it in there. It only adds about 20 seconds to the video. There's a rat jumping up there. Let's get this ring. Let's go through here. There's a lot of rat noises right now. They're just all over the place. I may even... let me turn it down just a hair. Out of fear that it's going to pick up the audio through the mic and the game. And I'm just going to do a leap of faith here. Okay, so that actually worked out. Most of the time it doesn't, so glad it did that time. Let's just run across here. Let's jump over this, get through here. None of this is worth any of the trouble. It's not worth it. Let's create a save point here. It looks like it could be, like I said, as this episode goes, there's a lot of potential for death in this last world. It's really like any other Mario game, right? The last world is just a collection of all the crap that you learned how to do throughout the entirety of the game. So it's going to treat it like that. Like, it's not going to hold back. And here, for whatever reason, like, I just can't use my head. I almost end up dying over it. But here, let's just get Baby Mario back, because we can't win if we don't have Baby Mario. That's the bigger problem. Jump through here. We could walk through this bottom one. And then I think we need to go through the second section up here. Let that guy shoot, and then let's run straight through. I thought the rat was not going to respawn for some odd reason. I thought that that would be the case. And I'm definitely going to save here. Because this... any section with Super Baby Mario here is always an area for potential error. Even though he's invincible when he turns into Super Baby Mario. Sort of the whole point. I think it's just like the way he jumps, you'll see I constantly get stuck in like stupid areas like that, and like I bounce off of stuff when I hit it. He just doesn't operate the same way that Yoshi does, like not even relatively close. So it could be a little tricky to get through sections with Super Baby Mario. And I think they call him like Star Mario or something, but I like Super Baby Mario. It really fits the theming of the game here. We just need to get through this. Let's get this flower and land right here. And luckily I land right there, so Yoshi's fine. Yoshi doesn't keep momentum. Like if I was just an inch the other direction, we would have died and had to restart the whole thing. Back from my last save point. And here's a bonus challenge. And we should have actually got a decent score that level. Yes, 63 points. Still failing, but not bad. I've definitely seen worse scores. I think our low is like 24 in this game. And here, I fumble. Normally on this one, I would say you're better off just to take a picture of the screen. But I don't take a picture. I just decide to roll the dices. So that one was a full egg. I remember the last one was a full egg. Let's try right here, I guess. Okay, 10 stars. I think the 10-star ones were up here. I think it might have been over one more. I don't know, because I think I go for this one next. Yeah, and it's not. It's that blue thing, which was down on the lower level. But yeah, I fumble on all the chords there. I don't do very well. I'm not a memory person. Not like short-term memory like that. Like that's just never gonna work out in my favor. But here we go. Let's go to 6-3. And the name of this wonderful level is Beware the Spinning Logs. Well, if that wasn't telling for how well I'm probably gonna do here. There's these guys. We fought them last level, I believe. He was our final boss, circling around the planet or whatever that thing was. Let's just go here. I don't want to make the narrow jump again. I have very little faith in myself to do that. Let's get the flower. Jump here. Okay. Let's see how much of this hoopla we can actually just avoid, like altogether. I think that's the key. Like any instance where like you have to use the spinning log, if you can avoid using it, I would advise to just avoid using it. Like try to look for another method. Because you see, if you're off a second, it'll throw you in the air or throw you backwards, or it's a little unpredictable depending on how you hit it, I would say. Let's create a save point here. I think this is the one time where like I'm actually like extremely grateful that I created the save point, because I had to do this like a few times. No, it wasn't this one. I was mistaken. But this one, if you remember these guys, they make the screen all trippy and whatnot, and on these narrow platforms, this is not the place where you want to be running into a situation like that, where like the controls are wonky and the screen gets all goofy. So just try to avoid them. That's the best honest advice I think anybody could give here, is like try to avoid them. If you hit them, just stay still and try to get yourself where like you have an object to the left and to the right of you, so you can get stuck in like a little corner and you don't have to do anything. Like as long as you can do that, you can make it through while being under the influence of this trippy cloud. Like here, it wouldn't be bad to get hit and then just continuously move to the right, because you have that little lip that you could just get caught on. And this one's oddly sticking up. I bet you there's something right here. Yep, a red coin. Okay, not that I really collect those, but... And then here... Is here where I use it? It is, I think. So here's what I was talking about. Like each one of those blocks that you get that matches and whatnot, you could get something so the egg fills up your eggs all the way. So I just selected that from the pause screen, just so I could get that flower here. And because I'll likely never use these power-ups ever. I mean, we're approaching the end of the game and I just sort of figured them out. But there's more spinning logs, so let's save again. I believe this is where I have the massive amount of deaths. I'm sure anybody who's like played through this game numerous times knows where like the harder sections are on the level, but this one was actually like really difficult. So the best method I found is to get hit by that log, which sends you up into like this top secret zone. Come up here, get some coins. I end up getting a 1-up out of it, which is nice. I'm not a coin hungry person, so I'm not going to go for everything. I just want to progress. But then I go through this bottom right door. I've never gone through the bottom left. Like I said, I had to do this a few times just to progress. And you land here, so you're going to want to push this guy, like so. But then it hits one of these batter guys, and he hits it right back, so you have to be careful of that. It just sort of gets in this circle. I somehow got that. I somehow land here. I'm doing this all with no save. Average Joe, you risky dog, you. got that. So some extra time, Baby Mario, always very nice. Let's get the flower. I wouldn't, yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't doubt it if I save here, because that's a big stretch. And there was a lot of hazardous stuff, and it looks like it's only going to get worse. Let's take a leap of faith. Oh, that was a good leap of faith. And there we go, we got a goal. Can we get a bonus out of it? We do. Look at that. 2 bonuses in 1 episode, folks. This might be a record for an Average Joe video. And a 75, that might be a record too. That might be like one of the highest scores I've gotten in this game so far. Hopefully that carries into the finale episode, or the finale level here coming up. And here I actually found, unlike any other time I played this, you can actually stop and start in like a different interval than left to right. I don't know if like, I've never seen that done like anywhere else, nor do I see like any significance in doing it. But there we go. We get a little picture of who the boss is likely going to be. So we know it's going to be one of those guys. We don't know what his gimmick is yet, but it'll likely be one of those little guys that makes like the noise when they walk across the ground. And this this castle, I would actually say, is pretty tame for being a castle towards the end of the game. I was kind of expecting a little bit more. I'm kind of glad we didn't get it, because if I remember the finale, like I think I remember the finale is brutal. Every Mario finale is brutal, let's be honest here. We haven't really caught a break on a easy Mario finale. I miss out on a flower there, but I'm sure we'll have opportunities to get other flowers. Not that alarmed. And this is just, if the other area was chaos, this is hell. This is really bad. Yeah, I'm gonna save here because I could easily see myself dying or falling to my death. Like something very terrible could happen here in a real hurry. And it immediately got easier there. So like, I'm convinced, like, depending on when you land on the block, sometimes you could actually make the level more difficult for yourself. Like, just by doing things in an odd order, you can make things significantly harder. And these guys, we needed to get them out of the way here so we could jump over and make our way clean through there. Let's jump up here real quick. Let's get some eggs out of this whole ordeal. I think we end up at one point in time in this level having like a ton of eggs that we don't even really need. So the eggs aren't really critical at this point, although I do always like to get them. And that was probably a flower up there. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it was. I have a hard time with like this 3D concept, understanding like where the fire is gonna be and where it's not gonna be. It's actually cool here, like this is the one instance, because you could see that hard line there where like it is 2D and it's just the screen moving up and down. Like I don't know how to put it other than that, because like I know that's what 3D games do as well, but like this is like a very primitive way of doing a 3D method, and this game actually pulls it off like really beautifully, but in a way that like my brain just isn't good with. I think that's the first time I've used the term beautiful to describe this game. I don't know, I love the general aesthetic of this game in general. I know I've said that like a million times, but it is like one of my favorite elements of doing a Let's Play on this, is just getting to see this game as a whole. It's just nice. Oh, and one of these guys up here. So these guys can't necessarily hurt us. They can knock us to our death. But I think the game wants us to kill him. I mean, I know what it does, but seeing this, you would think you could just walk your way out of it, I guess. And I just don't want to get him over there because there's the blue spikes of death, which will cause us to die. So I want to keep him over here for as long as possible. And it does seem like he's trying to chase me down. I don't know why, because he can't really do damage to me. Like, he's like trying to attack me, but from a distance. It's really interesting. And I did hit him there a little bit, which is pretty shocking. I thought I would have missed that. Let's get this, let's get this. And the castle, yeah, the castle levels are definitely longer, especially approaching the end game here, but they're not as bad as like they were in the beginning. I feel like the castles in the beginning were like ungodly challenging, and now they're kind of tame, which is nice approaching the end of the game. I like it when levels can be tamer, or like there's a break And I don't think we have to hit him again. Yeah, I think he just dissolves into nothing. And we get a key out of it, so we're going to need a key to progress at some point. Oh yeah, we need it on the door below. What am I talking? At some point. We need it for this exact room, Average Joe. What are you talking about? Let's get this final Yoshi egg and traverse all the way back. I'm going to save here in case I hit the blue spikes like a dummy. I don't, but there was the possibility of it happening. I have done stupider things. And then now we can progress. Yeah, so that's the only way through there, Average Joe. And there's the little minions. That's the thing I'm talking about. They were on the castle chart, so I'm going to guess that they're our main enemy here at the end of this. Which stinks, because you can't hit them. You could hit them with a Yoshi egg and it kills them. But I can't jump on them or anything, so I'm thinking I'm going to have to use eggs a lot for the finale here. And this part could be a little tricky. I think I lucked out on the pattern that I took, because I could see how like this little maze section could hose somebody. But I think I got lucky, and even then I do still get lost here, but you can see I find this thing with the key, so I know it's here. Like, we need a key and we need to progress through here, but now we need to find how do we get said key. So there's an arrow pointed to the right, but this tube takes us to this room, which just has some red coins in there. There's not going to be anything of value. Nothing that's worth risking our life over. So obviously we need to go through here. I hit a ghost, because of course I do. I'm Average Joe. This will take us back down. And it looks like this goes down even further, so I'm guessing this is the way. Being as the arrows have pointed me in a wrong direction thus far. I'm guessing there's something tricky, and I landed in the middle there knowing that I wasn't going to make it. I just didn't want to fall off the platform. So that was not like a poor platforming skill, that was a poor like decision-making skill when I jumped. And okay, yeah, so here's one of these guys in here. This guy's definitely going to have the key. We actually did a good chunk of damage. We did that time too, so we probably can miss one now. I still don't want to, because I think if we go out of this room, he's going to, oh, there we go, yeah. I think if we went out of this room and came back in, he would fully spawn, like, fully healed. So it's nice to be leaving here with the key. And then if we have any eggs... Yeah, we do have some more eggs. Let's just use this frozen mouth thing. Which is a stupid decision, because I think it, as soon as we leave the room, goes away. Yep. But it was a thought. Let's go down and in here. Let's see what's in here. Oh, perfect. This is exactly what I wanted, actually. So if I used the eggs, I would have wasted them. And you know what? Let's go back in there. There was a question. I think this is like, yeah, this is a pro tip for anybody playing too. Yeah, if you wanted to fill up your thing to 30 and get as many eggs as you can, you could just keep going in and out of that room until you have 30, I'm pretty sure. So that's a good area to stock up if you didn't stock up prior to this area of the game. Let's jump over. Let's land on that rat so we don't die. This rat just seemingly disappears all the time. I'm not going to complain about that, less that I have to deal with. And of course I land on the fire again. The fire. I have a habit of doing that. Let's go back up. Now let's check what's over here first, I guess. Some eggs, some coins, arrows going the other way. Honestly, I really couldn't expect more. So let's make our way back up. I think we have to go left here to go up. Yep. And then the key should be right on our right. Like the hole with the key in it. Yep. There we go. It shoots out. Let's go down here. Let's go through here. And it's telling us to go through this little section. This tube. I try to see if there's anything hidden up here. Then I think I might come out and it might just be the boss section. No, first we have the flaming tar pits. And I actually do die here on my first attempt across these tar pits. I fell into the lava. So if you get this about halfway, you can make this with a leap of faith, which I would advise doing. Because otherwise those flame balls could really hose you. Now this second section here isn't hard. It just feels really tedious. It feels like you're not doing the right thing. So the key here is just float. Like, that's all you got to do. Just stay on this thing and float, and you will make it across. I think it eats up, like, I think we're on this thing for like a solid minute and a half. Like, it's a really long ride. But with that being said, I guess I'll do my outro while we just float across this, and then I could talk to the boss fight. If you like this episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff is greatly motivational and greatly motivates myself to make videos just like this in the future. We'll be wrapping up this game this upcoming Monday, and then we'll be playing Pokemon Let's Go Eevee on Tuesday and Thursdays moving forward. That's our next Let's Play in that series. And the next Let's Play in this series will be starting out the first week of March. We should be switching back to Monday and Friday videos. It'll be Super Mario 64, which I'm really excited to play. If you guys are excited to see that, leave a thumbs up or a comment below. And yeah, that should be coming up here relatively shortly. And it was actually perfect timing, because here we are approaching the end of this. I was thinking about trying to get that, but I don't want to die to a fish. So I'm just going to get that, and we're going to progress here. And I end up saving late here because I hear like the boss theme. So the boss is actually right through this. There's no boss doors, which is kind of scary. Could catch you on surprise. Now, I don't actually die on this boss, so it's not bad. But so how did you... I never would have expected you to get this far. I don't know. Essentially along those lines, like, stop harassing us, go home. And I'm like, no. I came here to kick ass. But here, we played with these blocks before. Honestly, he gets in the way more than anything. And I just keep accidentally hitting him. Which isn't the end of the world, but I want to hit the blocks underneath him, because that's the way to beat him, is to get him to fall into the lava. He jumps up, he knocks Baby Mario off me. That's going to be a reoccurring thing for this boss. He's really trolly in that regard. He's not the funnest boss to deal with. Like, not that, like, any of the bosses have been, like, amazing, but usually they're not that bad. And we actually caught him off guard there, which was nice, because I get a couple of extra seconds to, like, really work on this. And I need to go up and get some more eggs. Hopefully he doesn't hit me this time. He didn't. Perfect. So we need to create a hole in the floor for him to fall through, and then just get him to walk on top of it. And that's how you beat him. This one's actually pretty self-explanatory compared to a lot of the other ones. Like, just looking at it, you can kind of get the concept, because we've had similar scenarios like this in the past. Which is nice. I like that for, like, an end world, right? Like I said, it's always been in these games. Let's put the player through stuff that they've already played through and see if they've mastered the skills. And this was one of the skills we needed earlier on, so I guess just keep hitting him. It's better than him jumping up causing a ruckus. But we need to get more eggs so we can knock a hole in that floor. Oh, I just don't want to die on him. Honestly, this would be an embarrassing one to die on. He's been relatively easy up until this point. Although he keeps knocking Baby Mario off me, but like not long enough for it to really matter. That time was a good one. And you can see I can't use any of my power-ups here. So I can't give myself more time with Baby Mario, which is what I was gonna do just in case. Like I said, he hasn't really been giving me that much of a trouble, so I wouldn't be too worried about it, but I also don't really want to take a risk that I don't have to right now. And there we go. I think that's a clean enough hole that we should be able to get him to fall in there pretty easily. I think if I just get him to walk over here, he's going to die. Yep, he jumped right in like a sucker. And I actually take it a step further and, like a jerk, hit him with an egg while he's down there. But that's it, folks. That's it for this episode. We will see you all here on the next one. I hope you enjoyed, and next episode we'll be beating the game. Till then, I hope you all have a snazzy week, and we'll see you on the next one. And look at that, 28 points. Only 4 points away from my lowest score ever.